Well, y'all, retirement is just plain kind of weird. It's not what I thought it would be. It's not what I expected. And I've had to do a whole lot of thinking and changing to figure some of it out. So today's video is going to be all about how I have been working on letting go of expectations and trying to figure out this weird season in my life. So let's do this. Come on, let's dive in. I always thought that retirement meant not working at all anymore, sitting back, sleeping in, relaxing, doing nothing if I wanted, just being at complete peace. And I found out real soon that that wasn't the case at all. It wasn't too long until I sort of realized after I retired in 2022, I closed my business after 45 years. I had a piano teaching studio, and I decided in 2022 it was time to pack it in. I was just tired of the rat race. It wasn't very long after that I began to feel a sense of great loss. And I'm like, well, this can't be right. I said I didn't want to do it anymore, and I didn't want to do the rat race and work till 8 o'clock every night and all that. But what am I doing here? So I have identified 3 letting goes that some of them I'm just still working on a daily basis. The very first letting go is letting go of the me I used to be. Here's the thing. Who I was, at least in the regard of my business, let's put it that way, who I was then is not changed really. It's just evolved. So it was okay to feel a sense of loss, but not veering toward depression. None of this, what is my purpose? I'm not worth anything anymore. And none of that. But it was owning up to, okay, this is different. I see the sense of loss I'm going to have, but realizing that I was not less than, but different than. I gave myself the freedom to let go of that, what I had. But this time around, I still wanted input in other people's lives. I wanted to teach, but I wanted it on my terms. And that's the key factor with retirement, y'all. Everything is a new chapter, a new season as to who we are. Our identity doesn't change. It evolves. And now we're running things on our terms. All right. So what did I actually end up doing? Well, eventually I went back to it, but I travel to people's homes now. They don't come to mine. I do it just a little bit, like 6 students, and that is enough for me to do it leisurely in a couple of days. I take my time, and I'll tell you something else. I discovered the first real reason why I started teaching all those many years ago. Yeah, and the real reason and the real thing that fulfills me, I let go of the old and embraced the new version of who I was then. Now, building on that, the next thing, I'll be working on this until Jesus comes. I'm not lying. I am a definite people pleaser. Some of that comes from growing up in a very father-controlling home. But a lot of it, and I don't want to step on any toes. I'm a Christian, and that is my faith. And if you've watched 5 seconds of any of my videos, you got that figured out. But in the Christian faith, we are encouraged to serve. So especially in a church setting, it's kind of ingrained into us to not say no to anything that comes up, a need. Oh, I'd be happy to do that. Could you lead this? Oh, sure, I'd be happy to do that. Did you know that someone's sick? They need a meal. Okay, I think we can handle that. So it's always, there's the little underlying thing of there's no boundaries. And if you get any boundaries, it sounds like you're not a good servant, and I don't like that. But that's That's not on anybody else. That's my thinking. I came to that place that I just didn't have the energy anymore to do this. And I just couldn't do it. But I always had a side of me that wanted to say, and this is why, and give them this big, long reason why, as if I had to justify myself. And I'm working on saying, thank you for thinking of me. I really, really do. But I'm going to have to pass on that. It's just not something that I need to be doing right now. Because the basic thing is this, y'all, that the only person I need to please, or I should care about pleasing, is God. And here's a newsflash. He loves us just the way we are. So, that's a Christian basic truth, that God accepts us. So why don't we accept ourselves? But I will be honest with you, that's also a daily walking out thing that we've got to always remember and always walk in. So I'm working on that. And now the third thing is really a good result of it all. And that is this: letting go to make room for joy. Because if you're all clogged up with all this stuff, you don't have room to feel that abundant life, to feel that joy that the Lord has promised us. You're too crowded. You know what I'm saying? You need to clear out, declutter your spirit. So I kind of came up with this. When you decide to release the things that no longer feed your spirit. Wow. When you can let go of those things, then you leave room for what? Laughter, joy, creativity, being able to connect, peace. And yeah, that whole retirement vibe. So I don't care to keep going on like I was going when I was working full time. That was not the point of retiring. But there is something to be said to approaching this last act, as we call it, the third act, of our life as the best is yet to come. Isn't that the truth? Yeah, that is the truth. All right, so to recap, number 1, letting go of who I used to be. Number 2, letting go of people pleasing and trying to control folks. And number 3, letting go to make room for joy. Letting go is not giving up. It's giving God room to move. And it's a relief, actually. It really is a relief. Retirement is a season to breathe, to trust and discover peace in His plan. One day at a time. Yeah? Okay. All right. Well, y'all be blessed. Have a wonderful retirement and have a good day. Find something to smile about. And I will see you next time. Bye.